think there's a bunch of people who want it to be recorded.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I did see some people on Team Aloha. So we're recording it. Welcome to our Hootsuite tutorial. This was kind of impromptu, kind of not. Sarah asked me to do this a while ago, and I was getting ready to move, and my family was coming into town, so I told her as soon as that was over, I would do it. I've been using it. I love it. I'm going to bring the basics to the table because I got to be honest with you guys. The way that I learn is when I want to know how to do something, I go out, I learn how to do it. I watch a ton of YouTube videos, and I kind of learn as I go. So as I want to increase, my next step, then I'm like, oh, okay, how do I do that now? So I'm going to at least bring to the table with you guys what I have learned, what I use it for, why I think it's helpful. And I'm also going to leave time at the end to answer questions. If I don't know them, we'll figure it out together, and we'll post them in the group after the call. So with that being said, why did I start using Hootsuite? Once you guys start, you get your coach page and you get your personal page, and then maybe you have 2 or 3 Facebook groups going. I have a personal coach page now. I have a Clean Eating Rocks group that I post in. So it's just like when you start adding those posts up throughout the day, I was left feeling like I don't have any time for personal development videos. I don't have time to meditate the way I want to. I don't have time to really maybe do something creative where I'm creating posts, or I'm creating some really cool picture things, creating posts about myself, sharing my story. So I found that, I wanted to look into it because of that, and I wanted to see if it would free up some time for me during the week to kind of do some more business building things instead of worrying about, did I post 5 times to Facebook? How many hours has it been? Did I hit the prime times? No. So the bigger I got, or the more groups, the more people I'm managing, I have found it really helpful. One of the questions that I get asked most of the time, or one of the questions that has been thrown around in the groups is, do you feel like it takes away from the content if you see a coach using Hootsuite? It's because it's kind of like auto posting, whatever. For me personally, I don't feel it takes away. I don't oftentimes notice anymore. Because for me, like I've told my coaches, I still put a lot of thought and time and energy and effort into the posts that I'm creating. I'm just scheduling them, but that is still me being authentic. It's still me sharing who I am. It's still taking time to come up with these posts. So it's up to you how you want to use Hootsuite. What I'm recommending tonight, what I'm recommending to new coaches or people just getting into using Hootsuite, is use it for your consistency. So once you figure out what kind of, pitch to your niche, what your target audience is going to be, for me, that took me a really long time. I don't know if it was maybe easy for some of you guys. For me, it took me a long time to kind of figure out my brand. You'll hear coaches saying those things, those maybe 3 to 4 things that you can post on consistently. And now I totally have it. I've totally hit my stride. I've totally hit my niche. I post, everybody knows me now for motivation and inspiration. So every single day, that's what I start out my post with. Every day at 6 a.m. I'm posting, if it's on my coach page, it's Coach Heather's Daily Motivation. If it's on my personal page, it's just Heather's Daily Motivation. And I have a book of motivational quotes. I post one of the quotes, and I find a cool picture on the internet. It might be on Pinterest. It might just be on Google image search. I find a cool picture, and I got to tell you guys, these posts, people come to know that I post this stuff, and people reach out to me and tell me that I love starting my day with looking on your page. I love the motivation you post. I get a lot of shares, people sharing my motivation. So now, did this happen overnight? No, you guys, I've been posting consistently for 2 years. So let's be real, I started off hearing crickets. So I also wanted to address that too. Please be prepared to hear crickets for months. Maybe sometimes you only get 1 or 2 likes. Maybe you don't get any likes. Maybe no one's commenting. I felt like that for months. Like, what am I doing? I feel like an idiot. Is anybody listening? And then all of a sudden you just hit that place where people have been watching you. They've been seeing you, and they start commenting on you. I can't tell you guys, all the time now people reach out to me and say, I've been watching you. I love what you post. Like, you've made such a difference in my life. And these are people I haven't heard anything from, that I haven't even seen them like a post. I haven't seen them comment. So just please, that was another thing I wanted to throw in there. Another thing I post a lot about, I post healthy recipes all the time. So find find things for free. Whether it's a healthy recipe, sometimes I'll do a Shakeology recipe. If you go to teambeachbody.com and you go to the clean eating part or the recipe part, there's some great recipes in there, and you can copy all the information and just cut and paste. So I use a lot of those. I use Shakeology recipes. So just find something that you can post that gives value, adds value to people's lives for free. So they like seeing my healthy recipes and different ways that they can do things. I also post, it's kind of like natural things, healthy, whatever. I post a lot about natural products too, because I'm I'm into that. Natural products, home remedies, that kind of thing. But then again, that's motivation. Now that's not the motivation, the recipes, the tips. Those are all things I'm posting to add value to people's lives for free. So those are the two things I post about consistently during the week. I also post a lot about, it's kind of tied into motivation, inspiration kind of theme, a lot of personal development to kind of open people up into that part of my journey, because it's been a huge part of my journey and a huge part of my transformation. Which brings me to the third thing I post about, which is myself. And this is the biggest thing you guys can post about. And it's not just myself. It's about, let me say the third thing is sharing. So whether it's about myself, whether it's about my journey and where I've come from, whether it's about me, another big thing I post about is my why. You guys should all be posting about your why, because that's a big part of it too, is why I'm doing what I'm doing. My biggest why is freedom. So I post about being able to run my errands in the middle of the day, or being able to go hiking in the middle of the week, or being able to drive places when there's no traffic. So posting about yourself consistently and regularly, that's what I recommend using Hootsuite for. So you're being consistent and people are starting to see your brand and what you're bringing to the table. I'm going to get into a little bit of a screen share here so we can take a look at some things.
Heather, do you use the computer or do you use your phone more to do it?
I use my computer. I use my phone only really when I have to. It starts annoying me. I start getting a headache. I start getting my fingers start hurting. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You can do it however you want to do it. I highly recommend tracking what you're posting. So this is currently what I'm posting. You're going to have to figure out the times that work in your market. You're going to have to play with it. So you're going to notice when you're getting more likes in your target market audience. It depends on where you live, your audience. If you're posting to moms, they may be on different times than, and someone else, I don't know. So I am posting right now on my coach page. I'm posting in my coaches page for my personally sponsored coaches on my homepage. As you see, I schedule less on my homepage because you also want to leave some time for that spontaneity of what's going on in your life. So I really kind of leave all day pretty much. Usually I don't post between 9 and 5, so I can kind of post on what's going on in my day and what's spontaneously going on in my day. I schedule things for my challenge groups, although those are kind of usually some personal development things, and I also post daily in there as well. My Clean Eating Rocks group, I schedule for that. But track it, because this way you can see on a given basis what you're posting and when you're posting it. So, you can spread out when you're posting about maybe a coaching opportunity, or you can spread out when you're posting your healthy recipes and you can see it. Spread out when you're posting about products, which is my next point would be whatever's going on during the month, whatever the sale may be. I always post about Shakeology because that is our biggest residual income, and it's also the coolest product we have that is changing the most lives. So whether it be an ingredient in Shakeology, or recently I've been posting a lot about heading into cold and flu season because I've been sick one time in the 2 years I've been drinking Shakeology, which is huge. How many people would love to go through a cold and flu season? So I've been posting a lot about that, some of the vitamin benefits, blah, 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 blah. But it gets people, thinking about it. And especially this month, because when you purchase Shakeology, you get the 21-day fix for $10. So I've been posting a lot about that. And it's not just about posting about sales. I'm not just posting about sales, but how does the 21-day fix make you feel? What kind of results have you seen from the 21-day fix? What kind of stories have you seen? What kind of success stories have come out of the challenge group? That's what people want to see. They don't want to hear about autumn or T25. No one knows what T25 is. I mean, some people do, but most people don't. They want to hear that you have a 25-minute workout that can fit for anyone who has a busy life. So same thing with 21 Day Fix. I'm not posting about the 21 Day Fix or autumn. Yeah, I might mention those things, but I'm letting them know that it's a super easy to follow meal plan. I'm letting them know that they can get results in 21 days and letting them know the workouts are 30 minutes. So depending on what's going on in the month, I will sorry about that. I will spread out those posts as well. So let's get into Hootsuite. I've already logged in, so I'm going to assume all you guys know how to make an account. If not, watch a video on it. I'm not going that far into it. Now, the first thing I'm going to let you guys know is, in case you haven't figured it out, you have to add Twitter. You have to link it to your Twitter, whether or not you like Twitter or not, because I'm not a Twitter follower. I'm not a Twitter fan. I don't use it. But to be able to use Hootsuite in general, you have to add a Twitter account. Because there you go. Did that answer some questions for some people right off the bat? You can't post anything else unless you add your Twitter account, because they use this Owly, OWLY. I don't know how it's all linked. I don't ask the questions. I just follow the rules. So you will see a lot of times it prints pictures from that OWLY, whatever that is. It's linked with Twitter. So you first have to go to this very top spot. It's going to ask you what networks you want to add. So that has to be one of them. Now, the next thing I will tell you is you can add a maximum of 4, and that does include that Twitter account. So that's how many you can have for free. So let's just say include the Twitter account, because that has to be on there to be able to post. Say you want to do that, and say you want to do your coach page and your personal page. You can choose to do anything you want. Maybe you want to add your challenge groups, but if you want to keep it free, it's a combination of 4. Now, I tried to get a little fancy because, as I said, I'm posting a lot of different, into a lot of different groups. I tried to schedule some posts and then delete it and then add another one. It won't let you do that. If, let's say, you want to add your personal page, your coach page, and then go back and then add your, let's say you have 3 or 4 challenge groups going. If you delete that, it's going to delete all the scheduled posts that you have. So it won't let you swap them in and out. It's hip to that. That Owl is pretty smart. So I learned that the quick way. If you want unlimited sites, you can pay $9.99 a month. I have decided to do that because Hootsuite has become that valuable to me. And like I said, I mean, you guys can see all these different ones I'm posting in, and as I open different groups, I can add them to this. So you can add, you know, as many. Go right here to add your social network. It's going to ask you which one you want to add. So if you go to Facebook, connect with Facebook, you're going to have to be logged into your Facebook. And then it's going to bring up, these are all the groups that I have. So I can choose right from here. Like I said, you're only going to be able to add 4, and you have to add Twitter. So make sure you add Twitter first, and then you can add 3 more groups if you want to do Facebook. If you're into some of the other medias, they don't do blogs and stuff like that, but there's some other social platforms. So you just figure it out. Figure out if you want to do just, you know, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or if you want to pay the $9.95 or $9.99. If you're just going to start out being consistent, you won't need to, just on your coach page and your personal page. So this is actually, I don't really follow the streams. I'm only here to schedule my posts. So if you guys are into what other people are posting on here, look into it. I don't really know. To schedule a post, you just come up here. Over here, you're going to have to choose where you want it to go. So if I wanted to go to my personal page, I'm going to click that. I'm going to, you know, let's see, I don't even know what there's our Zoom meeting, but I type a little message. You can attach pictures from here. You can schedule the post from here. Pick the date, the time. Remember to pick AM or PM. You can add a location if you want to. You can target different things if you want to. And down here, one thing I will tell you guys is, because you know that, especially my Coach Basics group, a lot of the posts are somewhat longer. It's going to show you right here. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor on the screen share, but it's in the bottom left corner where you see the little Facebook symbol in the 1973. That's how many characters that particular platform is going to allow you to have. So I know for some of my Coach Basic posts, it was cutting them off. So I was like, hey, what the heck? I know I copied and pasted, and so I had to kind of figure that out the hard way. It will tell you down here as you're typing when you're running out of characters, but keep an eye on that. Each platform's a little different. I guess the platform itself specifies how many characters Hootsuite's allowed to allow them. So that's how you schedule. If you want to go back and check, you go down to this little arrow under the house. This left-hand margin is kind of your dashboard, if you will. So the little arrow is actually where your posts have been published. So I can go in here and I can see, I'm going to move you guys over so I can show you where to edit. I can go in here and see what I have scheduled. I can just check the times. I can check the date. If I want to edit it, I can come over here. I can view what date I scheduled it for. I can actually edit it if I want to change it, change the date, change the time. But this is helpful too to just kind of maybe see what you have scheduled. So those are the things that I am using the most. I want to open it up to allow you guys to ask some questions or to share with the group what maybe you've been looking at Hootsuite for or using it for. They do send you a little analytics report. I got to be honest with you guys, I'm not that heavy into it yet. I'm here to post and and that's about it. So let me see if
Can you add any personal photos?
Yeah, you can. So if I'm coming over here and let's just say, hi everyone. If I want to just upload, this is going to go directly to your computer.
Okay.
You can upload whatever you want from here. Just save it to wherever it is you save your pictures from. So I upload photos all the time. I'll upload maybe, you can even, you don't have to upload if you're going to do this, but you can type a YouTube link right in here and it'll publish that. I'll post pictures from Pinterest, things of that nature. So yeah, just save it to your computer or post a link directly to a video or something like that.
Well,
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, Deb.
Can you go to select file and is it only the files on your computer or does it go to the web?
I think I think to upload a file, you're gonna have to save it. Like if I'm doing like a Pinterest photo or something like that, I'm to the point now where I'm kind of, you guys can see my folders here. Like, yes, I have just plain pictures. What?
Yeah, that answers my question. I can see where it goes.
See, I put them in folders now. I have challenge group posts. I have did you know posts, family posts, inspirational posts. So I kind of have started to categorize everything. Another thing I'll share with you guys, because obviously when you start posting about yourself, you're going to be creating these posts and things of that nature. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I use Google Docs for everything. You guys know me at this point. And if you don't, hi, I'm Heather, and I use Google Docs for everything. But I definitely started to document all my posts. So as you guys look, I have my posting schedule. That's what I shared with you guys earlier. And I don't know if you looked yet, Deb, but in the business docs folder that I send out, or I know Marissa posted it in Team Aloha, her Instagram posting schedule is what I kind of started to use when I first started this until I figured out what I was going to be posting about, because she lists all kinds of different ideas of things that you can post there. So I used her topics. I kind of took it and made it, applied it to my brand. But let me show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm not recreating the wheel. I'm saving all these posts. So not to say, I give it some time in between each post, but these posts where I'm telling my story and I'm telling it from different angles, I'm saving all these. So I can just go back and during the week I can insert some of these so you're not like spending hour upon hour all the time. And I'm doing this with all kinds of, it takes a while, but as you're doing it, just do it. So I have a different page for health posts or personal development posts, recruiting for challenge groups, Shakeology posts. Another thing I wanted to share with you guys.
Real quick, yeah. I know that, when you were moving and stuff and I did some posting for the food group or whatever, because I went to the, whatever you call it, the scheduler, and you can't pull the picture off of Google, the Google Doc. It doesn't save it to where you can reuse it.
No, I do that on my end, so I know what picture I put with that post, and then I have to upload it. So no,
Okay.
yeah, I totally know what you're saying. So that's more of a guide for me, so I know what I posted. But yeah, you're right. You can't.
You can't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I didn't know if there was a secret around that or what, but
Yeah, my secret is just all my coded stuff. So I don't know if you guys are using this. I use this all the time in the back office under sales and marketing, the product toolkits. And this one is for, let's just pick one, the 21-day fix. If you go down to sample Facebook and Twitter posts, they have them for every program, every product, everything. So it gives you great little posts right here that you can use to post. So I use these. I use healthy recipes that I find on Pinterest or online. I use my inspirational books for motivation. So I'm not sitting here hours upon hours coming up with all these creative posts. Yes, I add a certain amount of per week that I try to come up with me sharing my story. But like I said, once you kind of get going with that and you have a list going, you can kind of pull from that list. And it's like I said, you're not just sitting here recreating the wheel every time. There's some good ones on Shakeology I was using today. Sample Facebook and Twitter posts right here. Oh, that was the 21-day fix. But anyway, I use these for all the programs because, you know, even here you have Shakeology, frequently asked questions, social media. Where am I at here? Sample social media posts. So every single program has one of these. So whatever always, I mean, I definitely highly recommend posting regularly about Shakeology. And when I say that, about the benefits, about things that are in it, about why you drink it, about what you've seen, because that is going to be the constant in your business. And then some of the other posts tailored to what we're kind of pushing this month or what you're seeing is popular. The 21-day fix for $10 right now. Deb, ever since you told me that yesterday about the Christmas present, I even put that into a couple of my posts. You know, Deb had someone that was going to order Shakeology, and why wouldn't you get the fix for $10 at that point? And I don't think it's necessarily someone that wanted the fix, but she said, you know, this is a really great gift. Christmas is right around the corner. It's usually $70. Right now it's 10. So I've been kind of using that spin on it. But even on here, like I've been using some of these Shakeology posts. So come back here. You can find posts everywhere. If you guys obviously follow Top Coaches, follow me, you know I'm posting regularly. And I mean, you can really find posts everywhere. You don't have to make this super, super time consuming. You can make it as time consuming as you want to. Initially, as you're scheduling your posts, you might feel like you're spending a little more time. But for me, the time that I feel like I'm saving throughout the week and how much time I have, and to be able to schedule the post when my family were in town and not have to worry about it all week. So maybe it's something you do when you're on vacation. It's just been really invaluable for me. So I, you know, can see, especially for you guys that are busy, that have other jobs, even if, like I said, you just want to schedule those 3 consistent posts per day, but you know that once they're scheduled, you're going to be consistent all week, no matter what happens in your life, no matter what you get thrown. So I would recommend starting there for sure.
What was the woman's name who you're following the Instagram posting schedule thing?
Marissa in our group, Marissa Myers. It's, let me see if I can, I'll post it. I know Marissa posted it in Team Aloha, and I know for you guys, it's in our business docs folder. Let's just see if we can take a look at it. I actually think I gotta be. I just want to make sure it's in there. I couldn't remember what it was called.
Anita, are you talking about the girl that she got the information from?
Yeah, the like follow my Instagram post, or you know, copy my Instagram stuff.
Kelly Hanner.
Thank you. Yeah, Heather, you do know what I'm talking about. That whole thing. I don't know. I get stuck on what to say. Like I like to talk a little bit about my kids, and I feel like if I shove Beachbody down people's throats, they're going to be like, ugh, enough. That's why I try to throw some stuff about my kids in there, and you know, I'm freezing because I'm always sitting underneath this dang vent. You know, stuff like that. That I just want to throw in about me. So like, I like the idea of being able to schedule it.
Definitely leave some. That's why I leave 9 to 5 open, just to post about what's going on with me, what's going on with my day. But that's where you can kind of start posting, like kind of pitching to your niche, as they say, is post about, weave it in with your kids, share your story as it relates to your kids if you're pitching to mom. So if you're able to squeeze out a workout in the middle of the day and while they're napping, no. Or if you're able to make a healthy meal that, Marley, quit it, lay down. Sorry guys, that's my kid. Post, if you're able to make a healthy recipe that your kids liked, or you guys are getting out and being active together. So you're not cramming Beachbody down their throat necessarily, but you are showing that you are this healthy person, this coach, this woman that's striving to be a great role model for her kids. So, none of those posts have anything to do with Beachbody, but just post what's important to you. This is why I'm doing this. I want to be a good role model for my kids. I want to get back on track, and it's been hard since I had children. It's really more about sharing your story than posting about a sale or a product or anything like that.
Okay.
Nita, did you see that video that Kelly did recently that Marissa shared? She posted it in, I don't know if it was the accountability group or the main group. Look in the accountability group first, or the Business Builder Blitz.
Is it the IG one?
Yes, it's a really good video. And Kelly actually did it. And Kevin is the one that, it's Kevin and Kelly.
Is it? I've been so bad with that group only because of what I've had going on, but I've heard that videos in it.
Basically said, when you're posting on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, what you want to do is you want to focus. You got to kind of the other side and go, okay, people are following me. What do they want to see? How can I keep them following me? How can I keep them engaged in what I'm posting? So if I'm following somebody, what do I want to see? What is it that I'm trying to get from that person I'm following?
Okay. Look at this this is your magazine. So if you were going to publish a magazine, what would be on those pages? What would you want to share with people? What kind of topics would be a part of your life, So I wanted to look at sample content schedule. I think this is it. Let's try to open it and see. This is it, you guys. This is what Marissa posted, and I can post this for anyone that doesn't have it. But this is a good just a guide for things that you can kind of post. You'll see that she, inspire, educate, share your story about food, funny things, gratitude's another thing I post a lot about. So play, content that shows you having fun. So it really is about, posting a good balance and making this your story to the world. So she even shows you a little sample weekly posting schedule in here. And obviously, like I said, you're going to have to kind of play with that depending on your market and where you live. But just some ideas. And then also in the folder as well, you guys know that I posted a lot of my sample posts just so you could just get some ideas. Oh no, I'm making you smaller. I'm trying to make everyone bigger. That was another thing that I don't like about Hootsuite is you can't schedule on IG. So that is something I'm not loving about it because as of right now, I am not personally connecting to IG, although I know the importance of it. I know that a lot of coaches are doing well on it. I can tell you for me, I'm not connecting with it. I think it's really time consuming. You have to decide what avenues that you want to pursue. I know for me, Facebook is my primary. I think it's most everyone's primary, but as you're growing your business, you have to branch out. So you guys will figure it out, whether it's IG, Twitter, blogging, whatever. For me, I'm personally going to go the YouTube route and put a little more emphasis on that because I believe in the power of videos. But you guys have to figure it out. For me, I'm gonna figure Hootsuite out, I'm gonna figure out IG because I know how important it is. But it may come down the road for me when I have an assistant or something because it turned into a chore for me. I didn't like doing it. It was time consuming and it was stressing me out. I had to take a break from it. So you guys search it out, figure it out. I recommend following top coaches, finding ones that you connect with and seeing what they're posting, seeing, you know, YouTube videos. Me and Deb are huge YouTube junkies. So whatever, you know, find coaches that you connect with and figure out what's going to work best for you. But that's really all I have to say. Any other questions about Hootsuite or anything else you guys have? I got the 10-minute, I think we got about 8 minutes. Sarah, did all of your questions get answered?
Yeah, I'm all set up, but it never told me I had to do Twitter.
I know. It gives you a weird kind of vague message. I had to go, I don't remember if I had to email them or watch a YouTube video or something to find that out. I mean, I remember seeing it, but I remember thinking, I don't want to add Twitter because I don't use Twitter. So then I had to figure that out. But yeah, so once you add that, you should be able to.
So it'll have me all set up, it just won't post?
No, it'll do it because mine does fine without the Twitter account, but I can't add any pictures.
You can't. Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's going to tell you that's what it is because it's whatever and that's what I was saying. I don't know how that Twitter and that OWLY is linked, but that's what it uses for the pictures. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's some kind of host or something like that, but it's not going to post any Twitter accounts there. You have to specify what venues you want it to post to. So even if I have on there my Twitter account, my personal page, and my Facebook page, and I just want to post to my personal page, I have to still select it. So it's not going to post to all those platforms at the same time just because you have them selected as one of your 4. Okay. You'll still have to click on it. So you can just, it's just there. I don't use it. Whatever. Anyone else, guys? Anyone else think are you guys going to start using it, you think?
Yeah, I started 2 days ago to try to just post like in the middle of the day just to see if it would kind of release me from posting, you know, some baloney in the middle of the day. Yeah. And I found that I couldn't put a picture unless I added a Twitter. And I was like,
you figured that out. Okay.
I figured that out. That's how I was like, dang. Yeah, but it works. It works if you just want to put, you know, just whatever, you know, ridiculous blurb on there, that's fine. But if you wanted to do any kind of pictures, need the Twitter.
And even if you guys are just, like I said, use it to be conscious of your consistency. So even if you're just scheduling one thoughtful post a week, one post where you're really sharing your story or you're really being kind of vulnerable, or one post where you put a lot of thought and time into, even if that's where you start, it will be valuable and it will be beneficial to your business. So, you know, start wherever you want to start. I recommend picking out your 3. That's my recommendation. But even if you start out with 1, that's great too. Like she said, just so maybe you're working during the middle of the day and you don't have time to post, but you want to post something. So yeah, you guys figure out what capacity you want to use it to. You don't have to. Sometimes I'll schedule for the whole week if I know I'm going to be busy, or some days I'll do a couple of days at a time. You can kind of play with it and see how you want to use it and if you like it.
This might be obvious, but it can be different posts per group, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can schedule things separately. Like I said, you are going to, let me show you. Get into another little so when I come up here, like I'm going to schedule a post, you're going to type in here whatever you're going to post, and I'm going to look over here where I want it to go. I can pick one place. I can pick 3 places if I want. So now I have 3 up here. If I drop this, it's going to show me those 3.
Okay.
And then, you know, like I said, you come over here, schedule your time. If I want to do 1 at a time, I can just do 1 at a time. Okay, I posted to my personal page. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to post to my Aloha accountability page. So, you know, it just depends. But yeah, you can do it 1 at a time, or you can pick multiple if you want to post the same message.
Okay.
Anyone else? We got about 4 minutes.
I think I just need to play with it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. For me, I mean, those couple things as far as the only having 4, having to add Twitter, those were the couple things that tripped me up that I definitely wanted to share with you guys, and as well as kind of what to use it for and to track and to be kind of use it to be conscious about your posting and to be deliberate about your posting, so you're not just posting, hey, look at my dog. Although I do have those posts too. I mean, that's part of life. So you're going to have those posts, but this allows me to see that I'm consistently posting about my brand. I can see where I'm posting. I can see where it's getting the most responses. So it's been really beneficial in helping me stay organized and helping me be systematic. So, but obviously, if you guys need anything, post in Team Aloha or message me.
How long did it take you to figure out your brand?
It took me over a year. I remember at the last summit, not this past summit, the summit before, I went and heard a Lindsay Matway presentation, and she was big into determining your brand, and I've been playing with it ever since. And I think just over time it kind of evolved, and this is what people know me for. And at one point, once you've kind of been going along, it's just like, oh yeah, this is me. This is my business. It kind of organically happens, and it grows, and you're going to be pulled in the directions you want to be pulled into. And you'll figure out who your audience is. Like you said, you're a mom, and most moms are targeting moms. If you have any other interests, you might target some of those as well. But yeah, you'll kind of figure it out. And the place I would look for is within your story. How did you get there? I mean, for me, I'm a totally reformed party girl that didn't take care of myself. So a lot of the times when I'm posting about my story, I'm posting about that. Hey, I worked in the restaurant business. I used to drink till all hours, and I used to eat unhealthy food all night, and I used to take really bad care of myself, because I can relate to those people. And
I can relate. I met you then.
yeah, exactly. That's when Deb met me. So, I mean, that's what I'm posting. That's part of my story. It's not my only story. Like I said, I have different spins on my story. I also post stories of how I started as a coach and how I worked upper management and worked 80, 90 hours and was horribly stressed out, and didn't like corporate America. I didn't like someone telling me when I wanted to take or when I could take vacation time or whatever. So I post different versions of my story. You got to tap into who you're talking to, what you want to share about yourself, what your success has been. It's really just about sharing. I can't say it enough. Sharing every aspect of what's going on. Sharing the successes from your groups. Because when people see that, when they see you pumping out successes and celebrating people, and celebrating that so-and-so fit into her skinny jeans or so-and-so got a compliment. People see that. And it's not just rock hard bodies. It's, I posted today about one of my challengers that has a 100-pound weight loss goal. People see that and they get emotionally involved with that. So celebrate on your page. Make sure you make time to post that. You're sharing. It all goes in part of the sharing category for me. Go ahead.
You brought that up because I have a challenger or two.
You're going to get cut off. I knew it.